G'day punters, welcome. Episode, I'm going to guess 18, the Early Crow...
Episode 19, it's on your screen.
Fuck. Welcome to episode 19, not 18. Pratty, who thinks we work for him now, has written 18 on our rundown, but it's actually 19. We're grateful for your company. We're going to rip into... Yeah, well, that's true. I just sit here and speak, and I'm going to speak about horses, footy, cricket, NFL and golf on this week's show. The very, very tippy top of the horses returned on Saturday. I think the best miler in the country returned and put on an absolute display at Caulfield. Mr. Brightside will be an absolute champion of the turf if he's not already. One of the greatest wins I've ever seen on a racetrack. Right up there with Anamo's win at Caulfield back in the day. Super Bowl, so much to dissect. We're going to get Matty Punts and Juzzy on to go through it. It lived up to all the hype, and I've never seen the game hype more in my life. I want to get the boys' reaction to the way Kelsey got stuck in the big A Reid and the hot takes live from the clickbaiters in Australia that were disgusted in his behaviour, and the comparison to how he was treated post-game like a god. Maxwell's sobered up and just put on an absolute clinic again, 120 or 55 if you don't mind. We've got an intern applications. We'll go through that at the end of the show. So if you want to join Pratty, Paps, and myself, you'll get to engage every now and again with Matty Punts and Juzz, which I don't know if it's a good or bad thing for your mental health or your intelligence levels, but you'll be able to. That'll be at the end of the show, but we'll kick off with a little bit of just Australian seasonal changes. You know, like there's the usual seasons, but rugby league season's upon us, and it comes quicker than AFL season does, and it always announces itself with a bit of a incident. And this year's incident happened in Brisbane. It happened between the two leaders of the Brisbane Broncos. The short tattooed number 7, Adam Reynolds, got into a pissy little scuffle with the biggest, thickest boy in rugby league, an Adonis of a man, Carrigan. I'm sure it's just boys being boys, but I'm glad they got out of their system before they got on their little Jetstar flight to Fiji, all the way to Las Vegas. It was phenomenal to see that the boys are up and about. I think we kick off, though, this week's show with Mr. Brightside, Paps. I mean, have you seen many horses better than him? You got 3 horses off the top of your head that can beat him over a mile, that race in Australia consistently. So don't worry about your import Cox Plate winners or these horses that come and go. The horses, the bread and butter horses, I got Animo, Winks. He's got to be knocking on the door of those two.
Yeah, I agree. The win on the weekend. Now you say
he was
that,
gone.
Yeah, it's actually you said that Animo reminded you of that Animo win where he was gone at the bend and then he picked himself up again. It was similar. I thought it was just no chance. I reckon we're at the Dog. In Clavalley there, it's a great pub, great little TAB area, and I reckon all of us were like, oh no way, it's gone, and then it just kept coming and coming, and Willow just willed it over the line. It was a great win. It's a great story as well. Such a cheap horse, good for the Hayes boys as well.
By Bull Bars, perhaps.
Yeah, it's it's good. I really love the horse. It's a good time of the year. Looking forward to it. See where else it goes to and what else it wins.
I think that win was the 2022 Might and Power at Caulfield. And in that race, the 4th horse, beaten 2.1 lengths, was Mr. Brightside himself. I'm Thunderstruck, Zaki in 5th position. Alligator blood. Sometimes you got to just suck it in and be present, don't you?
Yeah.
That's 6 of the best racing around, and yeah, sometimes I think everyone just gets a little bit carried away. They want more, but you've got what you got, and that was a phenomenal race. Animo, I think, still the best horse I've ever seen overall. But Mr. Brightside's knocking on the door. He's got 2 to 3 preparations in him still.
Best horse overall, Animo, as in.
Yeah, I got grilled for this last time I said it, but
because of the stud farm or stud.
Because of the longevity of his career. He was potent and tippy top before Christmas as a 2-year-old. He was unable to win the Blue Diamond with race shape and bias and barrier draw. He was slaughtered in a Golden Slipper and should have won it. He won a Caulfield Guineas. He was robbed as a 3-year-old of a Cox Plate. He won it the next year. He won a stack of Group 1s. Wink's a freak, don't get me wrong. But she kicked off in a Sunshine Coast Guineas or something as a 3-year-old. So I'm not knocking Winks. I just love these horses that are tough enough to get up and get into it real early and then race on. So he was up and going and winning races over 1,100, 1,200 metres as a 2-year-old. He's winning Cox Plates over 2,000 metres. He's a freak.
Yeah, and if you galled it, it even gets any better.
But
you don't.
Even though the Sheik has got more money than God, he's going to add to it significantly. Because I think he's going at about 145 a serve. And I'm thinking that's unders.
That's unbelievable. Brightside All-Star Mile, Dicko, is that the logical path? And does it just win, or what?
To be honest, I would hope for some guidance from you both there. You're both very sick now too at punting, but you're more racing fanny than I am. I don't know. I don't follow the media and know exactly where they're going. He's going to be hard to beat over 600 metres anywhere in Australia.
He's 280 for All-Star Mile. Pride of Journey $6. Jimmy the Star $8.
Oh, turn it up! Oh, Jimmy should be $80.
I think last prep it was all into the futurity into the All-Star Mile.
Well, they won't change. They won't change from that. I wouldn't think. I certainly wouldn't. So yeah, you'd assume All-Star Mile, guaranteed to start, very hard to beat. Track and Trip loves it. Was beaten by a very good horse by a tiny margin and an elite ride from J-Mac in a Cox Plate this year. He loves Moonee Valley. He'll start favourite in the All-Star Mile, Mr. Brightside. $3 isn't a huge gift or a tip from us as a futures bet. There was one Pratty that we went over on Monday that I've forgotten. What was that?
I think one of them was Matisse, wasn't it, Dicko? I think that's currently 21s for the Blue Diamond.
Yeah, I think Hayasugi and Matisse were in the better lanes of the straight, but they weren't in positions that were favourable at Caulfield traditionally. I think their runs are full of merit. Yep. Both horses flying. With the 2-year-olds, you never know how they're going to keep going through a prep. It's just sort of day by day. If you train one or your own one, perhaps you know that better than anyone else now. You hope they keep eating and they continue on. We're going to assume they are here when we talk about the runs we liked and the horses we want to take at prices as future bets heading towards a Blue Diamond. I think Hayasugi, Matisse, sound bets. Obvious runs, but very good runs. Handled Caulfield, lengthened. I love the run of Will Clarkin and Blake Shin's horse that I cannot pronounce, and I should have got it up before I started talking about it, but you wouldn't believe it, I didn't.
Kurianagi
for Will Clarkin and N. O'Shea. I think it was really good where you didn't want to be. What price was it?
15s.
15s. I'll have something on it to win the Blue Diamond, and I'll also have something at a big fat price in her eyes for Leon and Troy Corstens. Drawn car park, snicked, back to last, fastest last 2 and 100 of the prelude for the fillies. And they're the two futures players I'll have at $15 and, $81, $67.
67, I think. 67.
In her eyes.
Yep.
Who do you two have?
Yeah, I didn't mind stay focused, and your colleague, Dicko, was doing some yard mail, said that stay focused was probably needed the run. It was a really good run on speed, and then went again probably that last 100 metres or so. So around the $10, I reckon stay focused is a good bet. Has good tactical speed. If it draws a nice gate, we'll land in a good spot again.
Got that tactical speed, which is a big edge, isn't it? And I think perhaps my mail doesn't love firm ground, so it was a good 4 when they jumped. Down, upgraded to a good 3 when they crossed the line. So I think if it was upgraded before they jumped, this horse would have come out. So you can anticipate, they think, more improvement to come with a bit more give in the ground.
Nice.
Yep. And then that Matisse closed off very, very well from the back. I think last 600 on punting form are in a negative 10.7. So I think you're getting, if I just quickly look at the market again,
think
about
you're getting
21s
15
for that.
21s.
So,
Now, are you going to take that to win, Pratty, or do you want to get that to run top 10 or something, mate?
Can you get it to run top 10, can you? Because I'll take it.
We can't laugh. It's working for him. We'll get to that.
We'll get to you later on, but
You get to
I cannot explain to the
leader,
punter at home how, after I dealt with my frustration with Scotty Scheffler's putter, how hard I was cheering for old boy Hoffy just to get over the line and just make you look like the weak little kid. We got a dog bet you had, because it was
an $8 top 20. I'll take it. I backed it too. So we're going
nothing
right
on
the golf at the moment. The leader.
Yeah, that's a good
nothing
leader.
on the nose.
Nah, nothing on the schnoz. Well, he came second. Mate, he wore a fucking green glove. You can't win a golf tournament wearing a green glove, in my opinion. So top 20 it was.
Anyway, so just to clarify, Matisse, that's to win, or is it to play?
Yeah,
What
I mean, there's $6 as well, so I'll probably have something 1x2, 1x3. Why not?
There
It'd be
we
rude
go.
not to.
Yeah, good, nice.
Hey, what's one of your rules? You do you. I'll just keep doing me. You know, you worry about yourself, and I'll worry about myself. All right?
Yep.
It's good.
That was one of my best gags ever on the Early Crow. It's good to be back. That's our futures plays for the Blue Diamond, which I think is probably in 2 or 3 weeks at Caulfield. Outside of that, Paps, you got any horses to follow from the Sydney racing?
Yeah, I think this is the week. Obviously, the Slipper's coming up, but this is the Apollo Stakes this week. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that is the Group 2 Apollo Stakes.
Yep,
I think
correct.
you'll find a few horses out of this meeting. Obviously, Fully Lit was very good on speed, 3 wide. It was where you wanted to be, but it was also the Inglis Millennium. So there's a lot of sort of, what do you call it, a handicaps, I suppose. What do you call that, Dicko?
It was a restricted race.
Restricted
English
race.
Only.
Yeah,
English
so
only horses, but it still
wasn't
put them
much-
away.
Yeah, very nice win. Wasn't obviously much depth in those races, but a very nice win. The Gay Bot are just flying at the moment. So any
Well,
horse out
speaking
there,
of Jono this morning, Paps, it's 30. They might be going a 33% strike rate their last 50.
that's ridiculous, isn't it?
Like at this time of year.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Flying.
But they're very good. They tactical speed, Gay and
tough.
Adrian Bot and tough. Yeah, I think Adrian might be the little secret sauce, but that's a word going around. But who knows? Gay's obviously got her wonders as well. But it's a good race
she's
coming
done
up
right.
in Sydney. Yeah, it's good.
I think I might
But,
have about
also you
15% left actually in a cult with Gay and Adrian. So Jono, J-O-N-O at themailbag.com.au, if you want to race one with us. We timed it pretty well. We bought the horse with them, then they won the Magic Millions, now they won the Millennium. They're probably, well, I'm assuming without looking, perhaps they got like the top 4 in the market in the slipper the way they've been running them.
Well, they've got Lady Camelot, who's second favourite in the Blue Diamond as well.
Oh god.
Then they can go anywhere. It's just ridiculous. But I obviously can't go past mentioning Get a Fix back in the stables this week after a nice little 10 day little feed up in the paddock. So he's back in there and looking on.
Have you gotten had a look?
I haven't yet, but I was tempted. I was tempted this Arvo.
But is it Randwick or Rose Hill?
Randwick, just across the road.
Yeah, well, come on then.
I know.
Thinking Rose Hill is like millions. It'll have to win a Group 1 for you to go and give him something to eat on a Sunday morning. But Randwick, big chance.
Yeah, it's it's good. Hopefully, just all goes to plan. We can get to that March 2nd, I think. The Skyline is hopefully. So there we go.
March 2nd, January, February, March, April. I might even try and sneak up there.
I've got the Saturday off, which is unfortunate.
Well planned.
No, I've got
planned.
So there we go.
What about a horse to follow though from Randwick? Have you got one or?
I think the one I backed, it's probably not going to be a group horse, but I think it was a very good run up that inside. What was it called, Pratty?
Gently Rolled.
Yeah, Gently Rolled. Yeah, there's one probably I wanted to follow. It's probably obviously not going to be in big races, but I think you can put more credit to its run. It was up worst part of the track and was really the only horse that kicked away up the inside. So I think if you were going to add a little bit of more merit to its run, Gently Roll was the one that won up the inside. But you just got to be wary of the horses that were winning down the middle. Like Caboolus was a very nice win, but it was Blessed that got back, and it did let down very nicely and has improved. But I think you could just be a little bit wary of Caboolus by just to sort of had the PR and let down nicely.
Speaking about the PR, I played Tom Thursday morning on his home course. Had to get there early, wanted to dodge the traffic. Had to play in, shout out to Pratty and his beautiful missus. Had to play him on Nikes because I forgot my golf shoes. I've been there a long time. I was getting tired. I was getting bored. Tom lobbed 10 minutes for tea time. Still got time to hit balls. That's PR. That's Blessed in Run. What happened?
Well, to be honest, that's not my usual prep. I like to sort of get into my groove. I was rushed, but yeah, it was. You started probably worse than I've ever seen you start, and I was like, geez, I am on today. This is just great. And then you've just got...
Yeah, let's talk about that just quickly, Pratty. Just an insight into the man. We tossed the balls. We're having a head-to-head, like 2v2 match play, Ambrose, Stableford, and I did start poorly. And I think it was after like my second tee shot, he just leaned over and he said, "You want to have a bit of just one-on-one side action?" Like he smelt blood in the water and he went for it. You know what I mean? I said, "100%, baby."
And then he shanked which somehow I don't know how he's found it. I don't know. I've never seen
that
anyone.
was that tee shot down the side. Yeah,
it was the
Is
fourth.
that four-letter pocket type stuff or what?
Oh mate, it was fourth down the dune, and like it's gone over the other side of the fairway and like.
through trees.
I've never actually seen a ball there from the tee off, and he's somehow found it, and he's hit this ridiculous like fade over like trees and around the corner from like 180 out. And I was just like, oh,
210 it was. Well, what happened was Paps got the camera out just as I was over it. You know, he just saw again. He smelt blood in the water, and he just went, "Oh, I'm going to really finish him off here early." Yeah,
but yeah,
anyway, he went there early to beat the traffic. The message I got, because you messaged me quite early in the morning that day, was he got there to warm up. There was no, trust me, the traffic was the second part of the message. It was, I'm getting to the course early to fuck Packs up. I'm going to go for a warm up and
I'm never warming up again though, because it set me back. I'm going to go and maybe chip and putt, but like I was lost over it. I couldn't hit him straight for like. I had a bad day. I had 5 birdies and I had like 32 points or 33 points.
Yeah, 5 birdies is ridiculous. Like you can't, if you're hitting 5 birdies, like it's hard for me to win. Like, it's,
100%.
But anyway, but that's
shout out to young Jakey too, who on like the 13th or the 12th, when like they needed something, Pratty, he decided to sort of start to sledge, and I said, "Jakey, one more and it's on. Like I'm going to start sledging you back," and he had another little clip and. Silly young Tom had given me a bit of mail earlier in the day, and as soon as he said it, he looked like he's seen a ghost. He's like, "Oh fuck, I shouldn't have said that." And I just went straight to it. And Jakey he recoiled off the ball and tried to reset himself, and then he just sliced one into the driving range. It was glorious.
That's good.
Love those mind games. That's great.
But yeah, I went back the next day and I was better, but I need to be doing it against you, unfortunately. But we'll see how we go.
In all seriousness, I've never seen Tom drive the ball better and stronger. So I think a big score is not far away.
Yeah, hopefully I'm at the coast.
The problem I'm now off 8.2. I've got an extra half a shot for beating you.
But see how we go.
Hard to beat.
Unbelievable.
Speaking of just crunching them, Maxwell's done it again. I mean, the only tonic for writing yourself off and having to go to hospital for just drinking too much piss on a hot day as a famous Australian sportsman, which also, isn't it funny, the grief that Maxwell gets as a young, thick throbber in his prime who plays cricket. Like, he's not a professional, like, endurance athlete, he's a cricketer. They drink and they smoke.
Yeah.
And he does too, I think. And the grief he cops for getting pissed compared to the grief Barnaby Joyce cops for getting pissed. Like, how as a country do we allow our young men and women to be persecuted for getting pissed on a night out with their mates, but it's okay for a politician to do it? I don't understand that. I don't expect either of you to have a real comment there. Maybe you do, Pratty?
No, I don't. No.
No comment?
No comment.
Anyway, the only way to get over that publicly is to come out and make a shit ton of runs, and he's done that again. Pratty, talk to me about the
He
innings.
should have been run out on 10 too, by the way.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
True.
Stoinis almost barbecued him. Perhaps you watched live, I watched the replay. How that fucking bloke hits the balls to some of the areas that he hits the balls is I'm a fucking mug cricketer. I'm no good, but I cannot understand it.
He just gets those forearms with the hairs all over him. He's just reaching his
Ricky
wrist.
Ponting forearms up.
Yeah,
Oh,
great
mate,
cricketer. It just makes you feel safe when you see hairy forearms in a
100%.
kookaburra.
He just gets down low and it's just all wrist. It's just actually amazing. And he just does it right hand, left handed. Jeez, at their peak, you wouldn't want to watch. Like, I'd be watching him over anyone else in the world at cricket at their peak.
Yep.
I've got real fond memories of that Gilchrist Belton Mondi Panesar around the Wacker. That really sticks in my memory. That's probably number one for me. But
They're always better though, the Wacker Test ones when we're kids, because it's like you're just used to you're like conditioned to the cricket ending at 6 and the news starting.
Yeah.
But when you're a kid and the Perth Test on, you get the news and they come back and Gilchrist has just got the. Remember he had a little ball in his glove.
Yeah.
What was that
Yeah.
about,
A
Pratty?
little squash ball, half squash ball, or a full squash ball on the inside of his hand. So
Yeah,
he
that's
didn't grip
right.
the bottom of the bat as tightly. Fucking nuts. Or the top of the bat. I cannot remember actually, to be honest. But yeah, just a
Crazy,
he fucking
man.
whacked them. But yeah, Maxwell dug out 2 Yorkers last night. Or last night, it was a few nights ago. That were genuine like on-off stump Yorkers that he somehow like square drove for 4 behind point. It fucking.
Yeah,
It was nuts. And then, to be honest, to the West Indies' credit, they made over 200, and a few of those blokes, the opener hit a pull shot that was like, he murdered the ball, which was fucking outrageous. And then the skipper hit a few as well. They did pretty well to get over 200, and there's one on tonight. They've finished their 20 overs, 6 for 220. So Australia's got a good.
Dre Russ has hit 71 off 29 balls. He's gone bananas.
Oh, so there's a 2020 on right now.
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Right now, yeah.
And I'll be back in the Aussies live at $3.15 if you want to get on, boys.
Oh. Too bad.
I
I'm
wanna-
not a
I wanna
magician
start
and can't
watching
get this
it.
out. Yeah.
We might just have to have a quick break to hear from our sponsors. We could be hearing from you if you were our sponsor. Email. What are they email? Sales at... No, we don't have that.
The Early Crow Podcast at gmail.com.
TheEarlyCrowPodcast@gmail.com if you'd
As
like
I
to be
just
mentioned
checked
now as we pause for a moment to turn on our TVs to watch Australia chase 220. Punts, fresh off one of the greatest escapes of all time, mentally and financially in the Super Bowl, joins us again here on the Early Crow. Well, we're good, not as good as you. We'll get to your shenanigans, your monstrous list of prop bets that you had for the Super Bowl in just a little bit. You and I have been comrades, thick as thieves, following the Swans for a very, very long time. Me, life, you probably 15 years now.
Yep.
The boys starting to warm up. And Tommy, I don't know if you pay any attention to Twitter, but I caught something there yesterday where a Norm Smith medalist, a decent coach, and just an elite operator in the media now, Nathan Buckley, formerly known as Fig Jam. He was pretty firm that you guys are a top 4 player, have improved significantly the list, and should be one of probably the 2 biggest threats to Brisbane and Collingwood this season. Thoughts?
Yeah, I did hear that on the grapevine. Obviously going to straight back you here, but I think the lists we've got, I think we've obviously improved it with Grundy, who's going really well, Tay Adams, who's good experience, James Jordan, who's actually an absolute gun, which I realised he's a good player, but didn't realise actually how good he was. He's obviously in Melbourne, it's a very hard team to get into, and he's going really well. And then obviously Joel Hamling as well. So, yeah, we have improved our list. You obviously don't you're not thinking about top 4 when you haven't even played a game against the opposition yet. You're playing against yourselves. You obviously think you're going all right when you're playing against yourselves. But I think we've got a good list. It's obviously talked about a fair bit in the media, but you've got to be able to do it on the big occasions and things like that. So we're looking forward to getting into the Giants next week. We'll test this because they're obviously a good young side as well. So looking forward to it. But the old cliche, Dicko, 1 week at a time, mate. Just
1 week at a time. But you got to remember, Punts and I are thinking about September already, and we're just anticipating how we're going to handle that week.
I think the ladder will look after itself, mate.
Yeah. So Pracky match this week against the Giants. We're at
we had
Blacktown.
Well, because they live out in the absolute sticks, half of them actually live in the east, so they actually want to play out our way. So we're playing it across the SCG, which is nice, next week. So I think it's open to the public. Well, it obviously is because it's a public ground. So come on down and have a look. It'll be good.
So when is that?
It would be the 21st, if I'm mistaken. What's Thursday next week?
Thursday?
22nd. Yeah, because it's a bit of a different lead-in this year because of the round 0. We've got a Thursday night game. So obviously you got the sports science guys put you all in where you got to train on the Tuesday before a Thursday game, your recovery and all that shit. They all set it out for us. So we play Thursday next week, and then Thursday against Brisbane the following week, and then Thursday against the D's, round 0.
And what sort of tactical rorting have you sort of been doing, reload management, to minimise the sort of requirements of you as a veteran and a leader at the Swans? You don't win premierships in February and March. What is there sort of like Rolls Royce talk gear like that going on? Yeah.
No. I've actually done a fair bit.
Oh, there is.
No, there isn't. I've been good. I've been training. Obviously, I'll do a little bit less because I've had a few injuries along the way, just a few niggles. So I don't do the full sessions like those other boys. But a lot of the older I'm calling myself old, but the guys above 26, 27 sort of get pulled back a bit, and then the blokes like Juzzy who need to run up and down the wing all day, they get flogged.
Shout out to Juzzy. Turned up.
Who's actually he's going to Wildcrust, but you don't want to tell him too much because then he'll just get the wobbles, get the wobblehead. So good to see he's here though tonight. Unfortunately,
I have a dream that one day we'll be watching Fox Footy, and there'll be like just a couple of piss heads on the fence just throwing tomato sauce, not at him like aggressively, but just like maybe he's kicking for goal and they just dribble the sauce. So it's not aggressive, it's not anything violent or anything, but just great sledging that we've created. And he kicks it. He kicks the goal, and he goes over and he gets a little bit of sauce.
I reckon it would be one of the all-time great sledges if I don't know, if one of the footy players surely listens to the Early Crow and surely just puts a little sachet. The opposition winger just puts a little sachet in his pocket. That would be fucking gold. Just takes it in his socks. So here, mate. Good luck for the game. That'd be good.
What has your pre-season been like compared to your other pre-seasons?
It's when you look at last year, the year before you make the grand final, you obviously go deeper into the season. So we obviously finished a month earlier this year. So you tend to do a little bit more, obviously before Christmas with competitive stuff, and then after Christmas as well. So that's the advantage you get on the Collingwoods and the Brisbanes and those guys that make the grand final. You obviously want to be there, but that's a slight advantage that you do get. You start a bit early into that stuff. But yeah, it's been pretty good. It's obviously got a great list and it's pretty exciting. So you just got to keep working hard, and it's tough for spots at the moment. So I'm looking forward to. I'm glad I'm not a coach because it's going to be very tough to pick the team.
You personally, though, like, have you had a better pre-season ever, or is this a stock standard one? Is this your best ever? Where are you at?
So it's probably last year I was actually unfortunate. I broke my ribs early on in the pre-season, so I missed about 5 or 6 weeks before the year. So probably one of my better ones, which is nice. The year before before I had a great pre-season, did my hammy in the Pracky game against the Giants. So, touch wood, I can make the next 3 or 4 weeks smooth sailing and go into the round 1 fit and firing.
Well, Punts, that's pretty exciting news for Swans fans.
That is good to hear. Can't wait.
It's crazy that the AFL season's not that far away, hey? It's shit, it creeps up now.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
Do you reckon it's too long, Pratty?
Nah. When you get into the swing of it, I love it. Like, I enjoy sitting there on a Sunday, really no matter who's playing, and just and consuming some content, just relaxing on a Sunday over before Monday work.
I reckon the NFL season goes for too long, Punts. The NRL season. Like, through the guts of it, it's just like dead air.
Yeah, and I'm like that's what makes the NFL sweet. Like, it's all over in 4 months, you know. It's a long off season, but I don't know. It's more entertaining when it's short and sweet, I guess. I don't know.
It is,
the NRL is long.
Like, there's those games at the back half of the year where it's like 3rd versus 14th, and you know, even for us Supercoach players, like, it's tough because the sting has well and truly left the contest.
Yeah.
Should we talk NFL Super Bowl now? Should we get to it? Get into it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So, Punts, perhaps more fascinated than even I was, to be honest, but just start us off with what time you'd normally get up and what time you get up on Super Bowl Monday, and then like what happens from there.
I was up about 5 on Monday morning. There was no need for an alarm.
Is that earlier than normal?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, just rolled straight down the pub at 7:30 we left here, so we're there at 8:00. Got carried away. I was half cut by, I reckon, 9:30. The pre-game festivities.
Talk me through the when the national anthem was coming on. Was the stopwatch out?
And what does your missus say? Like, why do you care so much?
She's seen it for enough years now. So, like, how are you feeling around Dicko? Like, I felt like halfway through, like, she was flying through it.
Well, I knew, like, I had it in 2 stages. So basically, my picks were dictated by you and Juzzy because I wanted to win, and then Paps' picks were dictated by mine because he wanted to catch me.
Yeah.
But I wanted to beat you, so I just wanted to fade your prop pick. And then as soon as it started, I was like, fuck, I wish I knew how, like, the words, like, you know, our national anthem, I have an idea of where we're up to. So the whole way through, I'm just thinking, I'm trying to, like, lean into her tone and going, she's got more juice in this song still, you know, and then it's going, like, 60 seconds to 70. And she's still going, 80, you know. It was such a fucking relief because I was, once that got home, Paps couldn't catch me.
Yeah, that's it. Like, once you got to 60 seconds, like, there was only, like, 8 words left. So
and she hung on to him.
Yeah, she really held the nose. And then, like, did she walk on the Brave at the end? Like,
yeah.
It felt like they went for about 10 seconds. Anyway, my stopwatch, I clocked it at 1:29. So slide under. But then, like, I Googled it, like, an hour later. It was 1:40. So I was
Oh.
Is it breakfast Budweiser doing their trick or what?
Yeah. Is it true that the didn't you say the market was like, was it like $2.70 to like $1.50 or something? And then it swung.
It moved around, yeah.
Yeah.
When we did the pod last week, it was $1.90 each, and like there was always going to be money one way or another. Anyway, they hit the over. There was no sharp money on
that smart money
for the under. Nah.
He double-crossed himself, basically. He said on the podcast last week, I am so convinced that it's going to go over that I'm going under.
Yeah, that it's too obvious I'm going to go under.
Yeah. I won't be doing that again. It was miserable being on the under.
And then the coin toss was just chaos. Like, it just happened so fast and you're trying to keep up. If your missus asks you a question, like, it must just be the worst.
Yeah, it was. So, like, I had plenty of the props going, and within, like, 10 minutes, I'm 1-5. At this point, like, it was damage control. Like, I didn't see to get somewhere back around even. I'd say the folks in the game after that. So. You know.
Does it help or hinder? Like, does it make your experience better or worse? Like when my picks are on top and I just niggle away at you. Does it make the win better though?
It makes the win better, but the process is worse. Anyway, it was a slight loss on the props, but the Chiefs bails out.
I can't explain the satisfaction of sneaking in a real low, like an over under that I was on like $1.60 shot through all four of you for the hot work that was the corruption that robbed me of an actual win. It made me feel good, really good. And then for Juzzy to cotton onto it after they'd been published, I was just like, it's Christmas. Like it just kept providing me with just great moments mentally. Going, fuck you, Juzz, suck shit.
Yeah, you had one last tantrum before the season was out.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was a bit of a dud of a game for 2 hours, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah, the first half was
happening.
no. It was.
How's Brock Purdy? Is it?
Yeah.
Holy shit! He's just like so tight, efficient.
Yeah, I thought he played pretty well. Like he didn't make the mistake. But you know, like at the end of the game, do you want Purdy or do you want Patrick? Like that's.
I thought the running back, the guy who trucked the nut all night for San Francisco, is a fucking like.
He's an Adonis.
He needs to be tested though. Like, how's that possible? Like, honestly, and if you look at the game as a whole, like without the emotion, I think the Chiefs and then the narrative around how great Mahomes is, like he was playing all night and he just delivered in the big moment. They were completely kissed on the dick.
Yeah,
it hit a bloke's heel randomly to keep him in it. They had those big penalties early where it was like they made a big run and had to go back 10 and lose it down, and they were very, very lucky. He did it all on his own back that final drive. Full credit. But it wasn't like a clinical.
No, the two defenses kind of dominated for most of the game. But yeah, he pulled it out at the end.
Yeah. It was just scripted though, wasn't it? It's just
yeah.
He's very, very. It's just ice cold. It's
Well, if they had stopped him, I was going to win the whole thing, and that whole final drive, I was just like, just fucking finish me. Like,
yeah.
And the best part is too, for those playing at home, is that the only person that has any hope of understanding the actual rules of the sport's punts. And for the whole final quarter, like me and Juzzy are going, I think it's like Juzzy going, if they score first, it's over. And they go, no, they both get it. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was fucking gold. Speaking of Mahomes, have you guys seen that quarterback documentary on Netflix?
No, I haven't.
I can't watch it now.
Oh, fuck. If you get a chance, it is unreal. The shit that bloke does to get his body right is crazy. And the machines he uses to practice his throwing technique and stuff is, out of this world.
He doesn't work on his gut, I know that much. His gut is
500 million.
Yeah.
What about, I suppose, Paps first, Kelsey, like, erupting at the coach and, like, touching him. It's just a different world over there, isn't it?
I don't think I would ever play for the Sydney Swans again if I did that to Horse.
Yeah, well, I don't think any AFL player would survive that.
Oh, mate. I couldn't see myself doing it either, but it is a different world over there. It's What was it over? Because he wasn't on the field or something, Punts?
I thought he was just fucking around, but then I had another look at it this morning. Like, no, he was pissed.
Yeah,
no, they talked about it after the game, and like Mahomes like quashed it straight away. He goes, "That's what we love about him. We love it.
We love the passion," or whatever he said.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I think there's ways to go about it, isn't there? Like grabbing your coach and verbally abusing him. Like, I think if he just wandered up to him and had a heated discussion, it would have looked very different. It would have been a different situation. But fuck, he gave him a big rinsing.
Yeah, but that just adds to why it's must watch.
Mm.
Like, just shit's going to happen. The only thing that I thought was a bit flat about the whole experience of watching the Super Bowl was Usher.
Wasn't the most uplifting performance until right at the end, hey? It's
it was a slow start.
Yeah, very, very slow. It definitely didn't have me enthused.
I didn't...
Got Emma going.
I don't know about Usher, like, either. Like, when I seen that, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't really the scene for it, was it?
Nah,
It did get one man up and about, though, and I think this guy's probably in the Paps power rankings of just, like he idolises. I think he's probably number one. Mark Zara of riding Group 1 winners fame. The tippy top of the jockeys in Australia. Rode winners on Saturday at Caulfield. Knocked us off with Lazy Susan with extra 2 Friday night Moonee Valley. Got himself with the Sheik. And I think Jamie Spencer and Will Bourne, Kieran Mars Bloodstock manager, over to Las Vegas to the Super Bowl, all decked out in Chiefs gear.
Yeah.
They would literally be bending it like Beckham, and he found just enough time to catch some social media and give one of the greatest rinses of all time to Johnny O'Neill. You can only imagine the state they were in when they were just rinsing.
Have you seen his puns?
No, I haven't.
Oh god, well, you probably have to follow him on Instagram. I think he's private, but we'll send it to you later. It's actually just great comedy.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going to come.
Is he number one? Is he number one for you in like sports people you just love?
Yeah, he's just great. Like, do you see him like run out of the jockey's room? He's like, "Who are you going to win?" Chiefs. He just keeps running. He's just like,
Yeah.
just like he just doesn't give a fuck. It's just good on him. Like, he just gets to work, lives his life, and no doubt he'll be riding bloody winners again this weekend. Like, it's just.
Well,
just
he's
great.
the closest thing to what we just spoke about. That's why I got him in my head. Like Kelsey, like you don't speak to a coach like that. You don't speak to an owner like that. Well, I fucking do. I'm Mark Zara, and I finished riding, and I didn't make any mistakes, and then I went to Las Vegas, and I'll be back riding winners on probably on Wednesday.
Yeah. And well, he's obviously. I think he might have had a wager on the Chiefs or something because he's the end video is just gold. He's like, winners always win. Oh mate, it's just some of the best footage I've seen. Oh, I think we need to get him on the potty. Like we have to.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, I'll try.
It'd be great. I gave a little few little reactions to his stories just to get a little plug in there.
Get in there. Yeah, good. Bit of groundwork.
Love it.
Righto, we're about to talk golf, but before we do, NRL Tipping Comp, you'll find the link in the show notes. You'll find it across our socials. If you want to write it down or memorise it if you're smart enough, full credit to you. Pratty, what is it?
Yeah, the TheEarlyCrowNRL is what you can search on the NRL Tipping website or the app, if your app does work. Join up free, and then the winner of the Tipping Comp's going to get a $200 NRL Shop Voucher, so you can buy yourself your favourite jersey.
Cool. Golf. Waste Management Open. They turn the beers off. They turn the taps off.
Wasted Management Open, I think, was the...
Wasted Management Open. Pratty's done some good work there, and I didn't read it. Apologies.
Spew.
Royce.
It's all right,
They turned the taps off on day 3, and there was uproar. There was nudity. There was blokes urinating on their knees, which is an American thing, I think. I've never seen that before in my life. If you're going to get the hog out, just get it out and let it rip. There was great golf, awful weather, and look, apart from Pratty, which we've gone over a little bit already, who's jagged another top 10. The bloke almost won. He was in a playoff. Embarrassing. As a group, the Early Crow Golf Club continues to disappoint. There's a few of us on the Scotty Scheffler train, and I think we're going to have a chat about that because I don't know what price he would have got into on Sunday, like our Monday, but it was his tournament. He was in the lead. He's the number 1 golfer in the world, and he got beaten by 3 shots.
I saw $1.30, and I'd turn it off. I started watching the basketball. I thought it was over.
Yeah,
it's happened it's happened 2 or 3 times now. It's just recently, he gets into short or one of the big dogs get into short. It's a little betting edge, I reckon.
How he was hitting them so clean. He almost aced that party hole twice. He was fucking like yay close to acing it twice. And then that is it the short stick again, just letting him down.
He's real yippy. He gets yippy on the chips too. Like he went hard at a par 3 where there was like back left pin and no one was going near it. And because he's Scotty Scheffler, he went right at it, rolled through. But the commentary on the golf at the moment is elite because it's Kevin Kisner, who's like basically he could be playing. So you're getting like, and it's golf, so it's like Paps commentating AFL, but it's like slow mode AFL, so you can really analyse the movement and the game. And he's like, oh, that's actually a really good spot to miss it. You know, he's a chance of like sinking that. And he'll be right for a par, and he like barely got on over the fringe. Just yipped.
Crazy.
I don't know what to do with him because if he's going to get out in price and you're going to go against him, he's going to jam you.
I don't think it's like. I don't think it's worth even like backing it like for our tournament. Like he's paying $6 and $7. Like there's just no point. Like
He'll be $14 or $12 this week because this is the week coming up. I think it's Riviera Punts, and it's a juiced up prize money tournament. So you'll get Victor back, you'll get Rory, you get all the big dogs back. The reason it's $5 is because a lot of the big dogs didn't play in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Like Xander Schauffele will play. So he'll get out to a bigger price, and it's just going to grey us up. Because if you get off and he wins, it's just going to be the crookest feeling of all on a Monday.
oh,
I think they've put up a price that you don't have to worry about it, mate. He's like $750.
yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm letting him go then.
Still unders, yeah.
Which golfers near the top do you think's ready to take over? Because Scheffler and Rory are two of the more yippy operations on the tour, and they're the best two.
Well, we thought it was going to be Victor, but
Yeah.
he hasn't showed up this year.
What is he? Where is he? Like, what's he doing? Is he working?
He had a
on his
week off to get himself right, his game right this week. So, not injured or anything. Just like, load management stuff, perhaps.
We've got 4 weeks to the Players Open. That's our last tournament, isn't it? Players Championship.
Yeah, but let's be honest. There's a chance some of us are going to go the whole tournament with just getting Rory to win at $3 in Dubai.
The results this year of winners on in the PGA have been nuts. So Kirk, this is in US. Kirk was 200 to 1. Murray was 400 to 1. Dunlap was 300 to 1. Pavin was 130. Wyndham Clark was 100s, and Nick Taylor was 175s. They're the results so far.
See, there you go. Like, how do you expect to be winning?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like,
How
if one of us.
Pratty? How you feeling about your lead?
Oh, I'll just keep finding winners, and you blokes will just keep backing losers, won't you? At the moment, my edge is that nobody can find a winner. That's the best part about it.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that I've put money to my picks personally. So it's been a nice.
So you're just going to nibble away and just try and turtle your way to the finish.
Yeah,
What's your setup?
Did you say 4? Did you say 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who you get this mail off, or how are you
I've got
picking
my
them?
sources, Pap. I can't tell you, mate. I've got my sources. Nah, on a serious note, I've just been.
That's what'll be hard for Paps. He's got 3 mailbags coming in and he doesn't know which 3 to pick from.
I've got none. There's a bloke I like following on Twitter. I follow him, and then just have a look at how they previously went at the course. And how
What would you have done Monday morning if Hoffman had won the playoff?
I would have gone out and bought a green golf glove, I reckon, and just rep the Hoffman around the course. Next time I play around Melbourne Airport Golf Club.
Oh, that's good.
No, it's been good though. I love watching the majors. Being involved in this is actually good to follow along. It's fucking.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good content. It's awesome.
It's a great sport to follow because
It
you
is.
can sort of keep your head in it.
Yeah.
Friday morning, Saturday morning, Sunday you might be able to watch some, and then Monday you're just locked in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love betting on golf and watching golf. I love it way more than betting on horses. Riding a winner in the golf, which we haven't done for a while, there's nothing better. We backed that first winner, Kirk. I just didn't put him as one of my 3.
Yeah. And that's an edge for me as well. I know you're getting about 10 as well, so you've got to try and narrow your 10 to 3, and it's currently not working, which is good.
My man might have been away the last couple of weeks, which has made things real tough.
Is that why Scheffler's been on the board every time?
Yeah, it's like Scheffler's like my play in the V. Then I've got like a little cut shot with a sort of 16 to 1er.
Yeah.
Spieth was right there
He was right there.
all week.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
so was
Matsuyama was
Thigala.
past-
Yeah.
Yeah, he was right there.
He
Yeah, he
was.
shit the bed on Sunday, didn't he?
Matsuyama just like can't finish. See, Nick Taylor wasn't a past winner, but I think he was in the final group maybe even last year with Rahm and Scotty Scheffler. Track and trip stats big in golf, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some things here for the Genesis. It's 14 of the last 16 winners have had at least 3 previous career wins. 16 of the last 18 have played in at least 4 previous Genesis Invitationals. And look at Dicko, is that your phone recorder you got out there, mate? Trying to get another content? But
I'm
yeah,
listening.
there's a few things that usually line up with the golf, and that's how I've been making my selections, and then just checking how they went previously and trying to find blokes that are $7 or higher to finish top 20, and it's worked so far. So
Tell you what we've got to think about, Punts.
What?
The big broomstick man, the Queenslander.
oh,
He's hovering, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He is fucking hovering at him.
He's always
Scotty.
dabbling in the
Yeah, Scotty is like... Might be time to drop off Scotty Scheffler and jump on Adam Scott. He's right there. He's getting like exemptions because he's like so well connected and respected into these tournaments. But then he shot 12 under or something at Phoenix.
yep.
Boys, should we consider finishing up for episode 19, not 18, even though it says it on the rundown? Shout out to Pratty.
Yep. You're welcome.
That's been episode 19 of the Early Crow. Matty Punts, always a pleasure, never a chore. Now, if you're listening, we mentioned at the start, get your pens out. Pratty's going to read out an email address. You know, write this down. If you want to be part of our team as an unpaid helper, an intern applications are now open at the Early Crow.
Yep.
You will be reporting directly to MJ Pratt, also known as Roycey, who Tom and I also now report to, basically. The email address for your applications, which needs to be a CV with a cover letter and a picture of you. The email address is...
I'm fucking so glad I didn't have to submit a cover picture. That's great. TheEarlyCrowPodcast@gmail.com.
TheEarlyCrowPodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
Applications will close this time next week. If you're keen enough, be different. We basically need help with content creation, social media, and anything else, Pratty.
No, that'll do to start, and then we'll work on it from there.
If you make it through stage 1, expect to be interviewed on a podcast, if I get my way.
I'll run that past the powers that be, I reckon.
Uh,
And I have to run that past Juzzy.
Oh, Juz. I
Maybe
hope he's done
Juz
good
could-
at
maybe
Mario Kart
Juz could-
tonight.
maybe Juz could interview him.
Yeah.
Maybe Juz could be our intern.
No way.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, I set my alarm at 8 a.m.
Shout out to you, Juzzy.
It'll be like the Storm play the Broncos on Friday night and Juzzy will put it out on Saturday morning. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the Early Crow episode 18. Matty Punts, God bless you. Thank you for being part of it. Pratty, full credit to you. Phenomenal job again. Big week in sport. Full credit to the Chiefs. We march on. It's another big, fat weekend of racing coming up. We'll get something out across our socials. On that, I've been absolutely disgraceful. It hurts me. I've worked really hard to improve myself, and I expect to deliver on Saturday. So follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and anywhere else that Pratty or Paps tells you to. I'll be winning on Saturday. I hope you have a phenomenal week and you enjoyed the show. Bye for now.